Endowed Peter Parker with the powers of strength, grip, web spinning, and special intuition. But it took baseball fans to make him invisible. Thursday, a marketing plan to include logos for the movie Spider-Man 2 on bases during interleague play was squashed like a bug. Major League Baseball and Columbia TriStar Motion Picture Group agreed to remove the logos in response to an outcry from fans and baseball observers.
We're going ahead with the promotion, but we'll take the thing off the bases because if we need to keep the focus on the field right now, and if it bothered some people, it isn't worth, frankly, a great debate about it.
Baseball will go ahead with most of the Spidey promotion, including movie trailers on stadium scoreboards, giveaways, and logos in on-deck circles. According to ESPN.com, the marketing deal to promote Spider-Man 2 is worth about $2.5 million. No Spiders on the field in Cleveland. The Red Sox were, though. Omar Vizquel, normally blessed with special defensive powers, but 6 errors this season had him in a funk. So before Wednesday's game, the Tribe sacrificed Vizquel's glove with an altar, 14 candles, even a hanging chicken. Everything but Jobu was involved. So did the pagan glove sacrifice work? Well, first inning, David Ortiz pops it up, and Vizquel squeezes with the new leather. Vizquel, in fact, had all 3 outs in the first inning. Pedro Martinez lost his last time out, hasn't dropped consecutive starts since June of '02. Matt Lawton does not respect the fact bar. First pitch, gone, 6th of the year. Pedro gave up 2 in the first, then gave the Tribe what for? Pedro gets Ben Broussard swinging in the 5th. Next batter, Lou Merlone. Watch your step as you exit the box, and it's Matt Lawton. Got him 8 strikeouts for Pedro. In 7 innings work, he gave up just 4 hits. Top 6, Red Sox down 2-1. Manny Ramirez, CC Ryder. Off CC Sabathia, the solo shot in his old park. Manny 6 for 9 with 3 homers lifetime against Sabathia. We're tied up at 2. Top 7, 2-all game. Pokey Reese deep to right center field. That'll go off the wall for a double. David McCarty is going to score. Sox up 3-2. Reese with a triple and a double. Pedro now 11-1 against the Indians all time. And Martinez's rough outing last time out virtually.
Tories Yanks have improved their batting average during their 8-game win streak. They're hitting .324 with 1.8 homers, 11 hits, 7.1 runs a game, much better than that .217 average, and 7.1 hits and 4.1 runs per game in their first 19 on the year. Top of the second, Kenny Lofton meets Rich Harden. Lofton, his only hit of the game, he had 2 RBI, but Kenny is still hitting .179, but he puts the Yanks ahead 3-0. Next batter, Derek Jeter. Jeter back in the lineup, looking to bring on home Kenny Lofton, and does so. Jeter's only hit of the game. He's hitting .181, but the Yankees have a 4-0 lead on Rich Harden. Bottom 4, A's climbing back down 4-3. Arubio Durazo for the love of elevation off of Javier Vasquez. Durazo's 5th of the year, tying the game at 4. Durazo 3 for 3, 3 runs scored. He's hitting .298. A's up 5-4, bags full for Mark Kotsay. Up the middle, 2 runs scored. Kotsay 3 for 5, 4 RBI. 7 runs allowed in 5 2/3 by Vasquez. Top of the 7th, Jeter up again facing Harden, and Rich got stronger as the game went along. Just ask Derek Jeter. Next batter, A-Rod. 0 for 3 was A-Rod. He's hitting .266. The A's snapped the Yanks' win streak at 8.
Dodgers in FLA, where Dontrelle Willis was trying to recover from a start in which he allowed 7 runs in 1+ inning Friday against the Giants. Jack McKeon with a little advice for the D-Train. Quote, "The secret is getting them to hit the ball and not trying to strike everybody out. Make them hit the ball early in the count. They're not going to get base hits on every hit." So, will the advice work? We put it in motion. Top first after 2 singles already. It's early in the count. 2-0, Sean Green. Well, he hit it, and he hit it out. 5th of the year. Green would have 2 homers on the game. It's 3-0 Dodgers, and Jack McKeon thinking, well, he did hit it. I told him to let him hit the ball. It didn't work out so well, but let's keep doing it. Got to keep throwing it up there. Top 5, 3-2. Willis against Milton Bradley on an 0-2 pitch. That again early in the count, and that again out of the park. Baseball and Willis now both out. 4-2 Dodgers. Willis would leave after the 5th. 8 hits, 5 earned runs for him. 5-run game in the 9th, but the tying run is on deck. So that means Mr. Automatic is in. Eric Gagne, 71 straight saves, looking for number 72 with the bases loaded against Jeff Conine in deuces. The ground out to short, 9th save of the season. Gagne's 72nd in a row at a 9-4 Dodger win.
After missing 2 games with a sinus infection, Barry Bonds back in the Giants lineup against the Mets. New York going for the sweep. Top of the second, no score. Bonds against Al Leiter. First pitch flies out. Leiter says he gets really up for facing Bonds. And why not? Giants number 5 hitters, get this, 195 batting average, 0 extra base hits this season. Let's spin the wheel of misfortune. I love when we have some fun.
Misfortune.
We love it. Okay, let's start with Edgardo Alfonso. Well, here's why they boo. 222 batting average, no extra base hits as a number 5 hitter. Then A.J. Pierzynski. Oh, boy. Can we continue? Jeffrey Hammond's having trouble. And Pedro Feliz. All not good. Number 5 hitter, Feliz at bat. See what I mean? Struck out. Feliz. Try again. Top of the 7th, Feliz again. Oh, money's coming. It's gone. His 3rd of the year. His only hit of the game. Puts the Giants up 1-0. Feliz. Jackpot. Top of the 9th, tied at 1. Bases empty. Bonds at the plate. Art Howe, why walk this guy?
He's just a real special player, and anybody next to him, there's a big drop-off, no matter who it is.
All right, so next batter is that guy again, Feliz. And what happens? He grounds out. Feliz, you lose a turn. Extra innings now. Top of the 11th, tied at 1, 2 on for Bonds. Howe decides to walk Bonds again. We have the bases loaded. Next batter, it's Feliz again, and guess what?
Oh, boy.
Just watching.
More misfortune.
Bankrupt. Bottom of the 11th, Mike Piazza facing Jim Brower. Piazza. Big spot. You got it. His 7th career walk-off homer for Piazza. The Mets win 2-1. And get this, they're just 3 games out of first place by Arizona. Sammy hoping to help prevent another shutout loss and not strike out because he is just 2 Ks away from the 2,000 mark. Yuck. Bottom 1, no score. Elmer descends. Gets Sosa to swing and miss for strike 3. Sosa now 1 K away from 2,000. Bottom of the 5th, tie game, Derek Lee. He was a Cub killer last year when he was a Marlin, and guess what? Lee raises his average from 256 to 295, a 3-run homer, and he just began the onslaught. 6-3 Cubs. Bottom 6, Matt Cata has issues fielding that one. Makes a bad throw to second. Diamondbacks had 4 errors in the game. Same inning, though, still 6-3, bags full for Sosa. Walked him. So no 2,000 strikeout, at least in this game. Sosa 2 for 4, 2 RBI. 7-3. Bottom 6 bag, still loaded for Lee. On the ground. He went 5 for 5, did Lee, with 5 RBIs. Matt Clement wins his 5th straight decision, and the Cubs find a way.
Getaway day for the Cards in Philly, where Randy Wolf took the mound with a 21-inning scoreless streak, and that's where it ended, because in the first, Scott Rowland has killed his old team. Placido Blanco and Tomas Perez meet in the middle, so Taguchi's going to score. Rowland had 6 RBIs in the 3-game series, and the Cards up 1-0. 3 batters later, Hector Luna, and you're so not catching that. Luna had just 2 homers in 462 minor league at-bats last season. That's his 2nd of this season. Cards put up 5 in the first, but the Phillies have the answer. Jim Thome giving back to his community off Jeff Suppan, 9th of the year. Phils would get 3 in the first, so it's a 5-3 game. Bottom 8th, 6-4 Cards. Jason Isringhausen gets Jason Michaels. Didn't swing at it because he didn't think it was a strike. Michaels going at it with Dana DeMuth, and he gets the heave home. More frustrations for the Phils in the 9th after a close play. Larry Boaz out to argue with DeMuth. Said later he was still arguing the Michaels call. Cards now 9-3 on the road. Devil Rays Jeremy Gonzalez 0-9 in his last 12 starts, but 1-0 lifetime against the Halos. Bottom 5, D-Rays up 3-1. How would he fare? Well, facing Vladimir Guerrero, usually not very well. It's an RBI knock to left. Guerrero hitting .330. Angels down 3-2. Next batter is Troy Gloss, looking good. RBI double. RBI number 26 for him. Carl Crawford's going to make the throw to third, try to get Vlad taking the base, and he's safe. Game tied 3. So Dickie Gonzalez takes over from Jeremy Gonzalez and facing Jose Guillen. A little something for the people. That's a 3-run shot. Angels win it 7-3. They're 6 straight. Jeremy Gonzalez has now lost 10 straight.
Twins and Mariners. Freddie Garcia, you know, trouble. Nobody's scoring for him. Mariners scored only 11 runs in his 5 starts this season despite a 2.27 ERA. First batter, Shannon Stewart on the ground. Rich Aurelia bobbles it into his bare hand and throws out Stewart. He planned it that way, I'm sure of it. Brad Radke on the mound for the Twins, up 1-0, 6th inning, 2 out, runner on second. Brett Boone looking for contact. gets the contact. Ichiro will score on that. Ichiro, by the way, also 1 for 4. He's hitting .283. We have a tie game at 1. Top of the 7th, same score, 2 out, 2 on for Christian Guzman. Garcia thinking nasty thoughts with a breaking ball. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 1 run, 8 Ks. Bottom 9. Former Twin Eddie Guardado on for Seattle facing pinch hitter Corey Hunter as we flash back Tuesday night. Guardado wanted to save it, but Hunter hits it to right. Guzman would score to tie it, but Seattle would win anyway in 16. Back to Thursday, Guardado gets Hunter this time, his 5th save in 7 chances. Garcia gets his first win, but it took him till his 6th start.
In Atlanta, where the Braves have been like vampires under the sun, Mike Hampton's team 1-5 in day games, worst in the majors, and it didn't get any better. Khalil Green leading off against Hampton takes him over the wall. First big league home run for Khalil Green. Later in the inning, Jay Payton muscles up just over Dwayne Wise, who can't bring it back. Payton second. 3-0 Padres. Top 6. Braves defense letting them down, missing 4 regulars. Ramon Vasquez up 2 on, 1 out, grounds 1 to short. Braves get the force out, but Jesse Garcia throws it away. Brian Buchanan scores on the air. It's 5-0 Padres. Bottom 6. Brian Lawrence gets it going. Strikes out Andrew Jones, swinging for the 3rd time on the day. He went 7 strong innings. Got his 4th win, but Atlanta gets a triple play. Padres leading 7-2. Kerry Robinson grounds into the 5-4-3. It took all of 4 seconds. Unfortunately, Atlanta also made 3 errors in the game. They get the triple play, but they also take the loss 7-3.
The Astros looking to complete a sweep of the Pirates. Bottom 4, no score. 2 men on for Jason Lane against Chris Benson. Lane slices it. It falls because Raul Mondesi can't get it. Jeff Bagwell will score. Lane 1 for 4. He's hitting .286 in an error on Mondesi. Morgan Ensberg. That'll score Lance Berkman and Lane. Ensberg 2 for 4, 2 RBI. It's 3-0 Houston. Top of the 6th, it's 4-0 now. Pirates down. Bags full for Mondesi facing Wade Miller with 2 out. Miller, his longest outing of the year, he went 7 1/3, and here's a great example because he had it going on out of that jam, allowing 6 hits, struck out 7. Pirates down 5-0. Bags full again for Mondesi, facing Brad Lidge. No contest. The Astros complete the sweep of Pittsburgh. In the lineup, but he's batting 5th, the lowest he's batted in 14 years. Bottom 4, 2-0 Milwaukee. Griffey began the night hitting just .226. He singles there. Sean Casey scores. Reds on the board. It's a 2-1 game, but we're tied at 2 in the 5th. The man on, Bill Hall, cranks it. He matched his career high, did Hall, with 3 RBIs in this game, and both of Hall's homers have come against the Reds. It's a 4-2 game. Reds down 5-2, a man on for Griffey Jr., no doubt. Career homer number 485, his first homer in 17 games and his first homer in 67 at-bats. Reds within 1. Bottom 7 at 6-5, Milwaukee. Bags full, Griffey. Hey, not a bad night for the 5 spot. 3 for 5, 5 RBI. You think he's moving away from that anytime soon? Reds win 9-6. Big victory, very impressive for Kent.
Todd Helton and the Rockies taking on the Expos, a team high on his personal hit list. Helton with a .410 batting average against the Spos all time. The 3rd highest career batting average of one active player versus one team. Of course, they're not the only one. You can see the Phils and Pirates on the list as well. Straight to the 9th inning. 2 out. Expos up 3-1. Levon Hernandez looking to go the distance and taking on Helton deep to right field. Uh-oh. But it's off the wall, and he's going to be held to a single. Helton 2 for 4 again in this one. Next batter, Hernandez looking at Vinny Castilla. And that's more trouble. Yanked down the left field line. That'll go for a double, and that'll bring out Frank Robinson. Taking the walk. Says, you good? I'm good. And he is. It's Jeremy Burnett's first complete game of the season for the Spos. Now Scott Van Pelt, the Coors Light Silver Spotlight.